and give them warning from me. All right, we hear the words at the Lord's mouth through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit gives us the inspiration to do lessons. All right. And we are to warn the people. Okay. Let's look at this word warning. The word is zahar. It says to admonish, warn, teach, send out light, be shining, and his knowledge does that. All right, this wisdom is understanding from Yahweh Shema Shai. And the way the Bible is broken down through the elders and apostles, give us that inspiration through the Holy Spirit to teach, to send out light, which is knowledge, okay? To warn. Warn, it says, inform someone in advance of an impending or possible danger, problem, or unpleasant situation. And that's what's about to come about, especially if you partake in receiving the CHIP. We are informing you well in advance, okay? Starting off with the apostles and elders, the great millstone, of an impending danger, okay? Because it is dangerous to take that MOTB. All right, let's look at this video.
I just left the room where we had negotiations about digital identity, and I have bad news.
Digital identity, a digital ID, all right, something that's going to be placed inside of you.
Member States and the European Parliament came to an agreement. It means that probably not far from now, the digital identity
Or hopefully sometime this year.
will be effective in the European Union. Right after this agreement, Commissioner Breton said, I just left the room where we had the negotiations about the digital identity, and I have bad news.
All right, I'm going to show you what they're going to put in it.
Member States and the European Parliament came to an agreement. It means that probably not far from now, the digital identity
This is Revelation chapter 13.
will be effective in the European Union. Right after this agreement, Commissioner Breton said, now we have the digital identity wallet, we have to put something in it.
Salakio, this digital ID, okay, is going to be in the form of a RFID microchip. All right. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay. So let's look at what they're going to put in this digital ID. All right. So this is the John Brown commentary. I come here often when I do some videos on the RFID chip, okay? It says B right here, B. It says in the readout of this microchip, there were 9 levels of information that the designers want to include. Remember, this guy just said it's a digital ID, and they have a digital wallet, and they need to put something in it. Well, here goes something that they're going to put in it. It says they were name and an image or picture of your face. They also wanted your social security with the extra international digits. A fingerprint identification was also to be included. Physical description, family history, address, criminal record, occupation, and income tax information. Okay, so that's some of the potential information that could be in there in this digital ID. But lo and behold, the digital ID is going to be a micro CHIP. Okay, let's finish listening.
And what he meant was the digital euro, also known as the central bank digital currency.
Look at that, CBDC. He wants to put, whoever this guy is that he's talking about, wants to put the euro, the digital euro, and the digital ID. That digital euro is going to go into your hand or your forehead. So you are able to buy and sell like it says in the scriptures. All right, let's see. You know, I want to look up something as well.
And what he meant was the digital euro, also known as the central bank digital currency.
Was at cancel.org. Here we go. All right. Trying to see where it may be. All right, bam. Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker, okay? It says here, what is the central bank digital currency? A CBDC is a virtual money backed and issued by a central bank. As money and payments have become more digital, the world's central banks have realized that they need to provide a public option or let the future of money pass them by. All right. So here goes a map of the digital. It says 134 countries, currency unions tracked. All right, so you got 3 launched, 44 in pilot, 20 development, 39 research, 21 inactive, 2 canceled, 5 other. All right, and this is for the CBDC, which is going to be a digital dollar, like this guy said, okay, just like this man said, a CBDC, okay, it's going to be in his digital wallet, along with the information that I showed you from the John Brown commentary. All right, let's keep reading, keep playing.
And this is a very bad development. They always promise us not to make this connection. And even a lot of experts, privacy experts and security experts, warned also last week this is a very bad idea for our privacy and our freedom. I just left the room.
They're more concerned about their privacy and freedom, but for the Israelite man, woman, and children, they need to be concerned in regards to this rfid.
And this is a very bad development. They always promise us not to make this connection. And even a lot of experts, privacy experts and security experts, warned also last week this is a very bad idea for our privacy and our freedom. I just left the room.
And receive his mark in his in his forehead or in his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So in front of the Lord Yahweh Shai on his return, while thermonuclear missiles are going around, all right, and all other types of catastrophes are happening, those that took that CHIP will be burnt up in fire from the thermonuclear missiles, okay? It says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast or his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So you don't want to be in this position. Okay, it says, here is the patience of the saints, and they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And the commandments of the Lord is to not worship another God. Okay, all right, let me get that right quick. I think it's Exodus 20. All right, this is Exodus 20:1. It says, and Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, thy power. All right, the power of the Israelites, because the book of Exodus was written about the Israelites, to the Israelites, for the Israelites, okay? It says, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. All right? And when you put this CHIP in you, all right, or this digital ID, all right, in you, you're setting up Esau to be your God, okay? And that's what you should not do, okay? Because if you do, you're going to be wholly destroyed. Now, I'm going to play the video through so you don't, with no interruptions.
Where we had the negotiations about the digital identity. And I have bad news. The member states and the European Parliament came to an agreement. It means that probably not far from now, the digital identity will be effective in the European Union. Right after this agreement, Commissioner Breton said, now we have the digital identity wallet, we have to put something in it. And what he meant was the digital euro, also known as the central bank digital. Where we had the negotiations about the digital identity. And I have bad news. The member states and the European Parliament came to an agreement. This means that probably not far from now, the digital identity will be effective in the European Union. Right after this agreement, Commissioner Breton said, now we have the digital identity wallet, we have to put something in it. And what he meant was the digital euro, also known as the central bank digital currency. And this is a very bad development. They always promise us not to make this connection. And even a lot of experts, privacy experts and security experts, warned also last week this is a very bad idea for our privacy and our freedom. I just left the room where we had the negotiations about the digital identity, and I have bad news.